So this is, I guess, my 5-year anniversary with Dr. Shapira. When I came 5 years ago, I was almost completely debilitated. Oddly enough, my TMJ journey started with neurological problems, so it was difficult to diagnose. It started with really extreme bouts of vertigo and then progressed into a myriad of visual disturbances. And then only later did the jaw pain come and the neck pain. And I even had, I had difficulty, I had tingling in my hands and feet and difficulty moving my hands, just a variety of neurological symptoms that made it difficult to, connect to TMJ because the jaw pain was sort of secondary at that point. I went through 5 dentists before I found Dr. Shapira. They made big promises. They spent a lot of money. There were some that just didn't make a difference. There were others that actually made my symptoms worse. So I always tell people how important it is to find a neuromuscular dentist that's actually taking these precise measurements and coordinating your treatment from that point. When I found Dr. Shapira, it was just really a breath of fresh air, a sigh of relief, because he seemed to totally understand what I was dealing with and what I was explaining to him. It didn't seem far out to him, and he was able to show me how that might actually be, because of the TMJ dysfunction, these neurological symptoms might be happening. And I started on a treatment plan right away. I started with an appliance, which I think I wore for 1.5 years or so. We slowly adjusted it over time. It was a really, really severe case. I mean, just to kind of paint the picture, I couldn't work. I couldn't care for my child. I could barely take care of myself. Life as I knew it just had stopped. So I was really desperate, but so we made very small movements over a period of time, and then eventually we decided that the best course of action for a more permanent solution would be composite buildups. And so we took the appliance out and had my back teeth built up appropriately. And then over the next few years, we continued to adjust on a yearly basis. I actually moved out to California, where my husband is from, and I now travel back yearly to see Dr. Shapira because that's how loyal I am and confident I am in his abilities. And really slowly over time, with complementary therapies as well, I started to recover. And some of the complementary therapies I've used were vision therapy, because I worked with a behavioral ophthalmologist because my vision problems were quite significant, acupuncture. I've done float tank therapy to reduce inflammation. I've done Reiki. I've done a lot of mindfulness work and yoga just to get a handle on my stress, which anyone that comes to me talking about TMJ, one of the first things I talk to them about beyond finding a neuromuscular dentist is, how are they combating their stress? How are they dealing with stress in their lives? So that was really a key component. I also started doing Nuka, which is a specialized chiropractic technique, and I was made aware of the importance of seeing a Nuka doctor before you get a TMJ adjustment, and so that is what I do now always, and I've had great results with that. That's what I advise anyone else to do that's receiving TMJ treatment. But 5 years later, I mean, there are still things that I deal with that are difficult. It's not perfect, but I'm probably 90% improved from where I was. I lead a completely functional life, and I'm just infinitely grateful. And I'm a nutritionist and a holistic health practitioner, and it's interesting how the universe has sort of brought many people to me that have struggled with TMJ as well. And while there's many recommendations that I give, the foundation of treatment in my mind is finding a neuromuscular dentist that's very capable, like Dr. Shapira, and also a Nuka practitioner. So
okay, why'd you come specifically for this trip?
This trip I came specifically because my husband and I are considering having a 3rd baby, and I just wanted to make sure everything is perfect before I do that. When I first started seeing Dr. Shapira 5 years ago, I had one daughter that I could barely take care of, and I thought we would never have more children because I was just so sick. And we had a second child, and it was wonderful, and it went perfectly. And now hopefully we'll go on to have a third child. So
congratulations with that. And can I put this on the web?
you can.
Do you want to send people to your site?
Absolutely. You can find me at carlylockman.com, and I'm also Carly Lockman on Instagram.